Roethlisberger, time and on target, and Brown hangs on.
On Monday night, these two plays sent shockwaves throughout the NFL. Between the Steelers and Bengals, one of the league's best rivalries, there is bound to be hard hits. However, many raise the question, were these two hits over the line? Obviously, both of the commentators for this game, Sean McDonough and John Gruden, both felt as though these hits were over the line, as they both voiced their displeasure towards the hits. Juju Smith-Schuster, the man that made the hit on Vontaze Burfict, was slapped down with a one-game suspension, while George Iloka, the guy who made the hit on Antonio Brown, was slapped with a hefty fine. So obviously, if you have read the title of this video, you know that I will be discussing Roger Goodell's recent extension today. I just thought that this would be a good lead-in to this video because it kind of relates to it, because Roger Goodell just got this contract a couple days later. On December 6th, Roger Goodell agreed to an extension that would pay him roughly $200 million over the next 5 years. This deal seemingly ended the feud between him and Jerry Jones, even though with Jerry Jones you really never know. However, I now want to go back to the suspension of Juju Smith-Schuster and the fine of Iloka. Many people voiced their displeasure towards this as they saw it as merely football hits. I was one of those people, as you have to understand that in the heat of a game, especially a rivalry game between the Steelers and Bengals, things are going to happen. I also do not believe that any of the hits were necessarily dirty. You could possibly make a case for Iloka's being dirty, as he did lead with his head, but Juju Smith-Schuster clearly was not a head-to-head contact. It absolutely baffles me how people say that this play is dirty, and it honestly makes me kind of upset. Now let's go back to my storyline about Roger Goodell, because he obviously had a big influence on whether to suspend Juju Smith-Schuster. I understand that the Players Union, led by former linebacker Derek Brooks, also had a hand in this, but Goodell, obviously being the commissioner of the NFL, had a say in the suspension. Now I already said, I don't think that George Iloka's play was necessarily dirty. However, it was at the very least as malicious of a play as Juju Smith-Schuster's was, if not a lot more. And keep in mind that Iloka only got a fine, while Smith got a suspension, which doesn't add up at all. Juju didn't hit with the head whatsoever, while Iloka's was clear head-to-head contact on Antonio Brown. Now I understand it was the heat of the game, which is why I don't demonize the hit like some people do. However, a head-to-head hit is a head-to-head hit. Both Juju Smith-Schuster and George Iloka should have gotten the same punishment. Not one get a suspension and one get a fine. And the thing is, this is not Goodell's first offense. Josh Gordon violates the substance abuse policy. He's suspended for multiple seasons. Ray Rice beats his girlfriend. He's suspended for 2 games. Rob Gronkowski does this.
Well, you can see the push-off right there on Rob Gronkowski. Gronk gets up.
And Smith-Schuster does this. Juju Smith-Schuster's hit on Vontaze Burfict had no real career-ending threat in it. As Val Burfict went out of the game for a little while, he seemed fine then. Meanwhile, Gronk's hit definitely had some career-ending effect on Tre'Davious White, as White stayed on the ground for a while, and I still do not believe that he is okay. The two hits aren't comparable, but yet they had the same consequence with a 1-game suspension for each. Gronk should have been suspended for the next 2 to 3 games at least, while Juju Smith should have just had to pay a fine, if anything. Out of the 4 major sports, there is no question who the worst commissioner is out of these 4 sports. It's clearly Roger Goodell of the NFL, rhyming very accidentally. Goodell's career as commissioner has been filled with almost nothing but controversy. From Spygate to the Lockout to Bountygate to the referee lockout, everything, it's just been filled with controversy with him. I failed to even mention some of the more recent scandals, like Deflategate and players kneeling before the national anthem before games. DeMaurice Smith, the executive director of the Players Union, has said that a lockout following the 2021 NFL season is a virtual certainty. Much of why this is a virtual certainty obviously falls on the hands of Roger Goodell, because many of the NFL players in the Players Union and former players are absolutely disgusted about what Goodell has done over the past, 10, 11 years of his reign. So to answer the question in the title, no, I do not believe that it was a good thing for Roger Goodell to sign this extension. I believe that it further divides the already large division between the NFL Players Union and the NFL owners. Also, there are obviously several NFL owners that are not on board with Goodell. Jerry Jones is the only one that has come out publicly, but believe me, I think there are several others that are not satisfied with the job that he has done when he has been commissioner. The bottom line is that Goodell is a dictator, and in a democratic republic like we have here in the United States, nobody likes a dictator. So that's about all I have in terms of discussing Roger Goodell's recent contract extension. As I stated during the video, don't really think it's that much of a positive, but we'll see. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, then please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. If you'd like to be notified of when I upload a video, then please click the bell in the bottom right hand corner to receive those. Also feel free to share your thoughts of the video down in the comments section, and you all have a great day.